Well, here we go with 104 minutes on Wednesday, December the 31st of 2025, last day of the year, and you know what that means around here, or maybe you don't. I don't know. It means we visit the Goodyear jar. If you don't know what this is, if you've never come across a Goodyear jar before, it's actually something a thing I saw on Facebook. I know, social media is supposed to be just such shit and such a negative thing, but whatever. I saw a thing, and it talks about, you take little moments from throughout the year. Anytime, there doesn't have to be like a, oh, I have to put something in every week. Like, no, there doesn't have to be any rules. I guess you could make that rule for yourself if you wanted to. It'd be a very full jar and a very long video. These can be pretty long as it is. But when I remember, because sometimes I don't always remember everything that I want to put in this jar. But it's just good things that happen to you. Just like random good things, and then at the end of the year, you open your Goodyear jar, and then you read all these cool things that happened during the year you may or may not have forgotten about, and realize that the entire year wasn't complete and utter shit. So, it's a good thing. Speaking of things that I forgot, I intended to put in sometime last week, I can't remember the exact date, but our deli used to have these chicken salad sandwiches that were on croissants that were so good, and I'd been looking for some. I'd been looking for one for I don't know how long, and the other day, last week, they started having them again. So that should have went in my Goodyear jar, but I forgot. And just last night, I guess I don't have to write this one out. I can just tell you it happened last night. There were these stupid fucking canes that were hanging on this thing behind this little end cap. And the canes kept falling off and sliding and knocking these little boxes of, I don't know, something off this end cap. And while I was trying to, put the canes back, it fell and knocked more of them off. And these customers happened to witness it, and then they stopped and actually helped me pick up all the little boxes and put them back on the end cap. So, I had just helped them find the pads. So, I guess maybe they were paying me back for, a job well done or something. I don't know. So, but those are two examples of things that could be in this Goodyear jar. Just good little niceties that happen throughout the year. I do. I get myself every year. I do like to leave myself little bombshells in here, and word something very odd, and try to remember what the hell I'm talking about. So we'll see if I get myself again this year, but we might as well get her started, right? If I can open it. All right, first one looks like a long one. Thursday, July the 3rd. We're starting in July. They waited until noon for Heather's mom to get off work, so I got to go to payday lunch again. Margaritas this time. Enchiladas rancheras. Because, of course, in July, I would have been, doing part-time Parks and Rec. So whenever I do part-time Parks and Rec, I can't do payday. I couldn't do payday lunch, because I usually do payday lunch at 11. And I don't get off at Parks and Rec until noon, so. But right now, I don't have to worry about that. And tomorrow, we're going to, one of the restaurants. There's actually 2 golf courses here in town. And the one that, it didn't just open. They've been open for a little while. But, because Traditions is the one that most people know. It used to be Traditions on one golf course and Reflections on the other. So I was always confused about which one was which, but now it's called The Club, I think. And they've actually been there twice, but because I haven't been able to go to payday lunch, I haven't been able to go there. So, and I did invite Mom down, since she missed going to lunch with us on Saturday. I'll probably talk about that more on the question of the week here on Friday, since I've got so much to do today. But yeah, so Mom, I think, is coming down for our payday lunch tomorrow. But apparently, on July 3rd, they waited until noon, and I was able to go to payday lunch with them, which I hadn't been in a while, since I probably started back at Parks and Rec in March, something like that. So, oop, that's upside down. Tuesday, April the 1st. We jump around a little here. Was doing yard work at Mom's, and Stanley came by just in time to help me haul them off. Whatever it was we were cutting up, yeah, I can't remember, something out of her tree. Yeah, branches, obviously, I guess. That would be what would be in a tree. But yeah, he happened to come by, and I mentioned I mentioned something about something. I can't remember. Like, Mom was thinking about calling him or whatever. And then he was like, "Oh, let's just go. Dump these. You know, he let me go get my truck, my other truck, whatever." And it's funny because my little hometown, it's like 500 people, and of course Stanley, his family is one of the more prominent families in town. Of 500 people. They actually used to have the garage there, Blankenship's, which was a gas station / auto body shop that was in business for decades there. It's a family that's very ingrained within the community. So I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. So if I'm not, forget everything that I'm just about to say. But it's like we went down there to dump the branches, and the gate was locked, and so he went down to City Hall, and they just handed him the key, to try to. He's like, well, give this one a try, whatever. And so we went down there, and it still didn't work. So he found a way. He knew like a little secret path to like drive up and over the hill, and down by the water reservoir or whatever the heck it is, I don't know, to get in there. So we had a little adventure that day. So I'd never actually been down there. I don't think I knew it was a dump. I don't know. Maybe I did, but I'd never had a reason to go down there. I don't know. But perfect timing, Stanley. Thank you very much. I see a smiley face on this one. Tuesday, April the 1st. Thanks to Stanley, I got to see a part of Hardin I had never seen in 45 years. The dump. There's this little laughy smiley face. So, I just told you that, and then I told you that again in Goodyear Jar Farm. But yeah, I mean that's my little hometown that I grew up in here in the middle of Missouri. But yeah, I'd never been down to the dump, so now I have been. Now I can say I visited the dump. Good for me. Friday, April 4th. Peter made us fried potatoes. Yum good. I drooled. There's a little. I don't know if you can see that, but I drooled on the paper apparently as I was writing this. So that was probably one of the last things. I don't know exactly when he left Parks and Rec, but that was probably one of the last things he did for us there. Oh, I think I see a drawing on this one. Thursday, October 2nd. Got more money than expected when I re-upped my loan with Tower. Helped me pay rent and fund Mom's birthday weekend. So that is supposed to be a dollar bill. Dollar bills, y'all, I guess. So, but it's always nice. Nice to get extra money. And I have since, done even more money moves and made things even better. So here's to 2026, maybe being well, maybe not debt free, but less under the thumb, however you want to put it. Saturday, October 25th. Finally tried the corn dog nuggets at the theater. Yum. That's what when the new theater opened here in town, it went from an AMC to B&B. Is it B&B now? I don't know. But they've had really good food since their mozzarella sticks are so good. Oh my god. Their mozzarella sticks are so good. And I was like, I kept seeing those corn dog nuggets, and I'm like, I mean, I know I'm in my inner child, it's just like chicky nuggies. You gotta try they got really good chicky nuggies too. They're like legit, like popcorn chicken, nice, big pieces. Those are also very good. Like, all the food that I've had there so far was good. And I'd seen those corn dog nuggets, and I'm like, I need to try those sometime. And I finally did. I don't remember what movie I was going to see, but I don't know. It might have been, I think it was one of those times where I went to see 2 movies and I had like an hour to wait in between the 2 movies, so I just ordered food and sat down and waited. And also the duck machine there likes to give out ducks. So Mom has gotten a lot of ducks from that duck machine there at the theater. You put like 1 credit in, and it's supposed to be play till you win. Well, I don't know how many ducks I've dropped in that thing, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going. So it's like, all right. Saturday, March 1st. Been needing a new microwave for a while. Found one in good shape in a thrift store, half off for only $10. That was definitely a good find. Definitely, because I had been needing a new microwave for a long time because my old one actually had been developing a crack in the back of it. I looked it up online. Everybody said that was fine. It was, nothing really to worry about. You could handle it until, you got a new microwave. But I mean, well, no, that was this was this year, and that was last year. I was going to say, they never figured out where those blood clots came from. So maybe overly microwaved food could have done it. I don't know. Whoa, I just about lost that one. But Wednesday, February the 19th, needed 2 end dividers. Went in the fixture room and found exactly 2 dividers. Good for me. Good for me. So we have like, some of them are like, I almost said microwave. No, magnetic. We have the magnetic dividers, but then we have like the ones that snap in place or whatever. And we never have what we have an overabundance of one kind, but there's like 2 or 3 different kinds of dividers that are still from some old systems out there that have never been replaced, and it's like, oh my god. So it's like sometimes we need like 1 divider from this older system that we don't have anymore, but sometimes we luck into it. Such as the case was that day. I found the 2 that I needed, so good for me. We try to save that stuff, but then they go to the back room to clean shit out, and they're like, oh, well, we don't need all this, so throw it away, and it's like, but we do need that. Maybe not often, but every once in a while, we need that shit. So don't throw it away. But whatever. Thursday, February the 6th, got to work with Tom and Matt and have enlightened conversations, like why the Pokemon Ditto would make a good prostitute. Can turn into anything you want. I believe was the general idea behind Ditto being a good prostitute. Can be anyone or anything you want. So, tell me that ain't like the stars aligning for the perfect job. Occupation. There's the word I'm going for. Saturday, September 27th. Got the Pink Ranger out of the claw machine, and for free because someone left credits in it. So, cool. Well, you can barely see her over there. She's, like, buried under. And as you can see, I got the green, and I got the yellow, and I got the pink. She's hiding underneath that thing Mom gave me for Christmas that I need to get a frame for, so I can attempt to figure out where to hang it up in here. This is the one that I just opened, right? Yes. So I put more credits in that thing, though. I put more money in that claw machine because I was trying to get the others out. They had all of them at one point, but I finally got the Green Ranger. Obviously, he's sitting over there, but he took a little bit of doing. So I almost had the Black Ranger. I don't know how many times. But never had a shot at the Blue Ranger, unfortunately, so I still need the other half someday. If I can find them in the claw machines, or just buy them on eBay. I think you can go to eBay and find them, but the trouble I had with those, though, because there was Wizard of Oz ones that I was collecting. Some of, like, they're not the same size or something. There's, like, 2 different sizes, at least for the Wizard of Oz ones. So it's like you might not get exactly the right thing that you're looking for. I don't know. Monday, October the 6th, finally got to go to the mall. Short doctor's appointment. Let me get my light going again, sorry. Short doctor's appointment, and was able to go to a Toys R Us while I was there. So there was like a excuse me, a makeshift Toys R Us in the Macy's there, I believe, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I was supposed to, when I left the office that day, he didn't have his schedule set for April. I think it was April. Would that have been 6 months? I don't know, man. I don't know. But they didn't have his schedule. Something. So they're like, oh, call us in November and set up your next appointment. And I've forgotten ever since to do that. They called me once to say like, oh, we're ready to schedule your next appointment with Dr. Kadwani. And since they've only called me once, and I think of it every once in a while. But you know, the last time I was at the doctor's appointment, the last time I went up there, it was like the last couple of times I went up there, have kind of been a waste of time. It's just kind of like, how are you doing? And I'm like, good. And he's like, okay, see you in 6 months. Pay me $75. I'm like, for what? Like, you know, it's like, it doesn't seem like he's, you know, really testing anything. He did, you know, but that was like 2 or 3 doctor's appointments ago when he scanned my legs to make sure there weren't any more blood clots forming. And there weren't. You know, I'm on the Eliquis now, so that's apparently taking care of what it needs to take care of. So it's kind of like, do I even really need to go see him? Because it's just, and, well, Holly has announced now, you know, I mean, it's not like I'm telling anybody anything because everybody already knows, but, she is having another baby. She is pregnant again. So, and the baby's going to be due right about that time where I was supposed to be going to, you know, because it's like, Mom, you know, we go over to Excelsior Springs, and then Holly meets us in Excelsior Springs and takes us on up to Overland Park to go to, you know, this doctor's office because Mom doesn't drive in the city and I don't drive at all. So, but yeah, Holly's going to be dealing with another baby right about that time, so it's not a very convenient time for her to be trying to, you know, do that for us, you know. Definitely appreciate that she does that, you know. But because that doctor's appointment was so short that last time, I think Holly was looking for something. I can't remember. Some kind of appliance or something, but they hadn't been to the mall yet. So I actually got to go to the mall. That's kind of nice. It was, you know, it wasn't just, you know, go to the, you know, like they usually they get to go have the fun while I'm sitting in the doctor's office waiting to, you know, not really learn anything new. Just sitting there, going to the doctor, okay, while they get to go shopping and have fun. But that day I got to have fun. So, and there was a couple of stores in that mall. I can't remember which mall it is. Oak Park Mall, maybe? I don't know. There's like a couple of collectible stores in there, so I got to look for some Funkos. I didn't end up buying any, but they had a lot, so it was a good time. And I got to go to the Toys R Us at the Macy's. Tuesday, March 25th, I got banged hard at Parks and Rec today. See, I told you, I like to leave myself little bombshells in here. I got banged hard at Parks and Rec today. I might know what I'm talking about, because there was one time, I can't remember, it was when I was out mowing, and was that when it almost tipped, when I went under that one branch, and the branch caught, because they make us do the, you know, have the roll bars out, for safety reasons, you know, obviously, and I think I was trying to get under the branches, and the one branch from the tree was hanging down low enough that it actually went up underneath that roll bar and almost rolled me, like, you know, because I just kind of like kept going forward, and I didn't realize I was going up until I was like, oh shit, and then it's like, bam, like the mower just went down like that. But I think in that instance, one of the branches like whacked me in the back, and I got like this like lash across my back at one point. So I think that might have been maybe what that meant. I don't know for sure, but that's gonna be my best guess. But there, I told you, I like to leave myself bombshells. just so that I can enjoy trying to figure out what the hell I was talking about. Thursday, June 19th. Had day off at Parks and Rec, Juneteenth, so got to go to payday lunch. So also got to try one-man band food truck. And the chicken Philly, yum. Everybody always talks about one-man, oh my god, every time there's a new restaurant, it's like the local Facebook group is filled with, like, you know, because people like to support local and support small businesses and yada yada yada. So everybody's like, what, like 20 fucking posts a day. Okay, we fucking get it. It's good. I understand. Oh my god. One-man band food truck is so good. And it is. I mean, it is. I get it. I understand. But oh my god, they just go fucking crazy. Like, I was trying to think of what the most recent restaurant to open. We got a new Italian place. I haven't seen too much about that. There is a new food truck in town, so that'll probably be the new one-man band food truck, where everybody's like, "Oh, so good, so good." I think it's like Indian food or something. Sounds interesting. But Saturday, February the 8th, got to see Spring and Eric for the first time in years. Spring and Eric, because TH2 Thomas, that is his sister, Spring is his sister, and Eric is his brother-in-law. They met in anime club. They're old anime club college friends. But I was helping TH2 Thomas clean up some stuff at his apartment, and they came down to also help him clean up some stuff at his apartment. So I got to hang out with old college anime club people, which was kind of nice, because, you know, like, I stayed here in town, and everybody graduated and moved up to the city where the jobs actually are, or there are more jobs, more opportunities, I guess, than here. But you know, because we have factories, we have the college, you know, we have Walmart. They're probably the biggest employers in town, but, you know, not the kind of jobs, I guess, you know, these people are looking for. So it's like, I mean, we've talked about doing a reunion when it was like the 10-year anniversary of the anime club, like, being in business, basically. And we talked about, you know, maybe getting together or having a special thing down there. But it kind of seemed like there was some resistance. I kind of remember, because other people were talking to the anime club they renamed it Animation Appreciation Society. I assume it's still going on campus. I don't really know. But there seemed to be some resistance from the group. You know, I think Thomas was maybe still a member of the group at the time. But it just seemed like they didn't really, you know, I guess we were like the old people in the room, like, trying to come in and be, you know, like, because I thought they were going to maybe do something like special for the 10-year anniversary of the anime club, and maybe have some of the old anime club members, like, you know, kind of have a party or something, or, you know, but they never did, because, like I said, it just didn't really seem like they cared so much about, you know, about, you know, kind of, yeah, I mean, the Legacy sequel is a big thing now, you know, bringing back the old cast members with the new cast members, you know, and just kind of having a good time. But they didn't really seem that interested in that, so that never happened. And then we kind of talked about maybe having our own little reunion kind of thing, like, you know, maybe going out for like a lunch or something, or, you know, getting together for a dinner in Kansas City somewhere or something, just kind of all meeting up. And that never happened either, so it was kind of passed by at the time. I mean, some of them get to hang out with each other, because a lot of them, they even work at the same place up there, you know. They all kind of got jobs at the same place. And, of course, they were all up in the city together, so sometimes they get to hang out with each other. But I don't see them so much since I'm down here. And, of course, I mean, everybody, you know, they have busy lives. They have families. They have jobs. They have, you know, other things. So, I mean, I understand, you know, once you know, get older and start your own life, you kind of go on your own path, and, you know, you may never see each other again, which is, you know, cool, fine, whatever, doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't mean you're not friends anymore, you know what I mean? Like, you can still hang out, like, I mean, Robert, I barely ever see Robert, I barely ever see Jason, and I've known, you know, them since, Robert since 4th grade, and Jason since 1st grade, but it doesn't mean we're not friends anymore. It just means, you know, their lives are, our lives are not all in the same place. And, you know, that's what happens. Sorry, it's called being an adult. part of what sucks about it. But anyway, I don't even know why I got off on that soapbox. But we're gonna go to the next little pad here. Saturday, September 27th. Found wet carpet in the corner again, but luckily only 2 pops of 6 on the bottom shelf got ruined. Silver lining. They didn't even get ruined that bad, I guess, but you know, at least it wasn't all 6 of them. that was kind of my point. I guess it's like what 1/3 of the pops that were on that bottom shelf got wet. So I mean, I think that's a best case scenario. But I guess best case scenario would be none of them getting wet or one of them getting wet. Because I thought that thing was supposed to be like, you know, I didn't think water would get through it, but it did. And of course I didn't think, I kind of thought maybe the water was done, and I still don't know if that carpet in the corner is done getting wet. But every once in a while I step over there. I don't have anything over there in that corner. Every once in a while I just step over there. Like I did this morning, I think, with my sock feet, or yesterday, or at some point. Oh yeah, because I was looking to see if there was another screw somewhere in the wall up there, so I could hang up that thing I was talking about that I need to buy a frame for, that Mom gave me for Christmas. Still not wet, but I don't know if they've fixed that problem, so it may be wet again at some point, so I'm not putting anything over in that corner, just in case. So... Thursday, May the 2nd. Thursday, May the 22nd. Cheese, bitch. Like, I'm not lying about these. I'm not lying about these. Thursday, May the 22nd. I don't even know what we would have been doing on Thursday, May the 22nd. I could probably look it up on Facebook, see what, you know. So this is another bombshell that I like leaving for myself in here. I don't know what cheese bitch means. I lost to time. Sorry. I cannot I can't explain that one. Don't know. Maybe there'll be another one around May 22nd, and maybe we can like suss out this mystery of what that means. Why did I... Oh. Because it says Friday, August the 22nd, and then Friday and the 22nd are crossed out. And then I put Saturday, August 23rd. So, I mean, I guess this means... this might have been when I was maybe just starting doing overtime at work. Nice, cool walk home this morning. So, see, it's like... So, technically, my shift would have started on Friday night. And then Saturday would have been when I was actually walking home. So I guess I decided to, switch that up. And say, oh, well, this was technically on Saturday the 23rd, not Friday the 22nd. So, but it was a nice, cool walk home. So that's nice. I do kind of miss, because my days off when I first started there, almost 20 years ago, it used to be Sunday, Monday. Those were my nights off. So when I would walk home on Sunday mornings, it was just so nice and quiet because, like, you know, everybody was, like, sleeping off the bender from the night before, you know. Like, at 7 o'clock in the morning, it was a very nice, tranquil, peaceful time here in town, and it was kind of nice to walk home for that, you know, in that environment where it was just so nice and peaceful. But I don't know if it would be that way anymore, but... I'm not walking home on Sunday mornings anymore, so I wouldn't know. Wednesday, January the 22nd. Made it past the stupid cold weather. It was -7 yesterday. So hopefully our January is not like that next year. Because it's coming up. And I want nothing to do with it. So I was thinking there might be one that sometimes I have one that wrote on it saying, open this one last. But I don't see... we're down to the last few, though. So we're getting there. We're getting there, y'all. Wednesday, May the 28th. Got waved at by 3 kids whilst out on the mower. Pretty sure that makes me the most popular Parks and Rec associate of the day. I like that. Because it's, you know, I was trying, like, not to mow around the children as much as possible. But it's like, when they're all, you know, hanging out there, it's kind of impossible not to mow around the children. So I just kind of like slow the, slow the engine down or whatever, and it's like try not to run over anything that's like gonna shoot rocks at the kids or something. But they were like, oh, that was a day where they're like, hi, just I guess kind of like as the train goes by, like, try to wave at the train, or like when the semi goes by, you try to get him to honk his horn at you or whatever. So I was popular. Thank you. Wednesday, September the 3rd, found my little rainbow angel I thought I had left over at the house. Yes, and I intended to put that up somewhere over there above my door. Here she is. See? My little rainbow angel. She was, I got this down at the Indian, it's in Bentonville, Arkansas. It's like a little Indian museum kind of thing there. I'm not sure exactly actually what, I think it's a specific Indian, maybe, Nate, but there's a giant mammoth at the door when you walk in, and it screams at you. But I also had this 4-leaf clover encased in this little case thing. But yeah, I had her hanging above my door because she's supposed to like bring you good luck or something. I can't remember the exact story behind her. It might just be a kitschy, like, tourist kind of thing. Like, oh, here's this handmade like thing that's supposed to bring you luck. And I was like, but I liked having her. Because my window, in my front door over there at the house, it had the wood frame, with the windows. So I just kind of screwed it in above the window there, and I thought I had left her there, but I just opened. I can't even remember what I was looking for. I was looking for something in one of the boxes that I just happened to have out because they were working on the water because, my carpet was wet and molded over there. So silver lining to all of that process is I found my little rainbow angel thingy. So I need to put her above the door somewhere over there. So I'm not getting my deposit back if I ever move out of here anyway. So fuck it. I'll just make another hole. I don't care. Thursday, January the 16th. Mary gave me some yummy baked goods on my way out the door. Oh, good. So I'm assuming I'm talking about Filipino Mary. She makes delicious little treats a lot of times. So Saturday, January the 4th, the new Pokemon Fido was actually released in the wild, not eggs or raids. About fucking time. I have my own opinions about Pokemon Go. So, yeah. Didn't make me work for a new Pokemon. Or, go out of my way to try to get one. They just gave it to, well, you had to find it and catch it, but that's okay. Friday, January the 3rd. Work week went by pretty fast. Probably helped we were doing mods most of the week. So that's good, Anytime the week can be over quicker, always a good thing. Last one. Last good jar of the year. Or whatever. So let's hope it's a good one. Cheese, bitch. Friday, August the 29th. I have a bathroom ceiling again. Yeah! Yay! Because for the longest time, there was something leaking in there. Again, problems with plumbing. I think there was water coming down from the vent in there or something. I'd had many years ago a water bubble, like like the water got behind the paint and came down the wall. So I had this water bubble. That's way back when Mike still used to own this property, before COVID even. But that hadn't happened again. But I think maybe I had had water come down down the wall or something. I can't remember exactly. So they had to look up in there to find out, you know, what was leaking and whatever. And they had to leave this huge hole in the ceiling, this cut in the ceiling. And then the guy wasn't sure exactly, because of the way that they'd cut it. They had to cut it weird to get in there to even fix, because the pipes were like overlapping each other or something. I can't remember. So they had to cut it like wide and open to even get in there to do what they needed to do. But then that didn't leave him really a spot to, like, you know, like rebuild the ceiling. So he wasn't really sure what to do. And then it's kind of like, so I just had this open hole, this open square in my ceiling for the longest time. But then, you know, he hired, well, they switched hands again here. And they hired like one new guy who has since already quit, apparently. But he came over and fixed a hole in my ceiling. And you can probably tell where it is. There's an outline of a square right there where they had to rebuild the thing. And he even, like, this is where the water bubble, see, it came from that vent and came all the way down. Like, and he kind of buffed that out as best as he could. But yeah, now I have a ceiling in my bathroom. So yay, good for me. That was always nice, I guess. It wasn't really, like, I didn't hear, you know, things much more, because, you know, the upstairs apartment, you know, their bathroom was right above mine, so I don't know if they heard any things from me more or not. Every once in a while, it's almost like he would, like, light incense or something. I don't know, some weird smell. Like, it wasn't, you know, pot smoke or anything like that. It was some weird, like a cleaner, or maybe a cologne he would put on, or, like I said, maybe he would light incense or something. I don't know, because there was I would walk in the bathroom and there would be this weird smell. I mean, it wasn't a bad smell, I guess. Maybe that was his poopery. I don't know. Like, I don't know. There would just be like this weird, you know, not bad but not great smell in there. I don't know. But anyway, that's our of my good year. I would, you know, if you've never done this before, I would suggest, you know, the worst part of this is waiting until the end of the year to open it, and you remind yourself of all of these, you know, good moments, because I've forgotten a lot of them, you know. For instance, Cheese Bitch. I don't know. I don't know. Or getting banged hard at Parks and Rec. I think I know what I was talking about with that one, though. I think that was when the tree branch whacked me across the back. But it's, you know, life, like, moves so fast, and it's like sometimes it's like getting from one day to the next, and it's like you might forget these little, usually I do, I forget these little moments happen, and it's like, oh yeah, that did happen, and that's kind of cool, and it's just a little reminder, like I said, that, you know, the year wasn't complete and utter shit. Like, even if it was small moments and only just a few, like, there was some good, you know, there were some positive things that happened, you know, like maybe life isn't all that bad, you know, at least for once or twice, maybe. Like, if you only have a couple of things in your jar, at least you had a couple things in your jar, you know? Like, a few shiny moments from the 365 days of the year. You know, maybe you'll have, you know, twice as many next year. Who knows? But if you don't forget to put them in, like I do. But but anyway, it's kind of a fun little thing to do. And then at the end of the year, you open up your jar and see if you can remember what the fuck you were talking about. Because, I mean, half the time, I don't, which is part of the fun, obviously. But anyway, other than that, hopefully you had a good 2025, and hopefully you have a good 2026. Yeah. Hopefully, wishing you a good new year, happy new year. I'll be back on Friday with a question of the week. Other than that, I'll see you for what I see you.